So, you also enjoy mushrooms? I mean, magical foresters? Wait, I mean, polyforest, kill mushrooms. Alright, let's get into it. So, welcome back to another video. You are also enjoying the grind, so I'm here to show you where is Polyforest, how to grind it, and what buffs to use. So let's get into it. First of all, Polyforest is in the land of Kamasylvia, so when you take the Magnus, you can just choose Kamasylvia and you can teleport it down here. Grána is the city of name, and you want to go over here. Here's Polyforest. And the place you are likely to, there are a few other spots, but today I'll be showing you where to place your horse, which is right here. So you see, it's like, make sure that you try and place it like quite close to the edge. Okay, so what buffs do we want to use? If you are above the AP cap, so the AP cap here, in order to check it, we go to monster zone, right? And you want to check poly. So AP cap, DP, right? We are way above that, so we want to use an Exquisite Cron meal. Because after the AP cap, you don't really do that much damage. So the thing we want to make sure to do is that if you want to make a bit of money as a low in game, you activate your scroll, and you can also do Agris here. This is a fine spot for Agris as early game player. There is also a rare drop, which is for your infinite potion. I wouldn't recommend grinding for it. I would recommend that you just grind here from like 60 to 61 or 60 to 62 as a new seasonal beginner. This is like your first entry point to the game, right? So, but there is something you can do in terms of if you're lacking a bit of damage. The first one is strong Griffon Elixir. Just buy however many you need. If you're grinding 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, it doesn't matter. Just buy them. They're super worth it if you don't one-shot all the mobs, so go for that. The other one that is worth it for you is Perfume of Spirits, because if you take this one, you don't have to, if you don't have your infinite potions yet, you don't have to use mana potions, right? Because it recovers so much MP, VP, SP depending on your class. So yeah. So now I will show you the rotation on the spot, inside Marnie and outside Marnie. So if you have like a standard class, right? So if you just have a standard class, you see this little cliff here, like this little cliff, right? Let assume you're pretty slow, you cannot clear the whole spot, right? What you do is that you just follow around here. You see the big tree, and then you just go in like I don't know what to call it, like an 8 kind of circle movement. You don't go down there. That is the other spot. I'll show you after. This is the normal rotation. Okay. So here is just the normal rotation. You can also see the cliff is up there, right? So here you just focus on that. And now we're back at this cliff again. So I will show you one more time. So this time I'll just run it. So we just go here, around the big tree, down towards the water, around here, follow the edge. You can see you can fall down here. Follow the edge, around. Now you begin to see some small trees. Don't go left here, just go straight over. Okay, and then the next packs are up here, and now you're back at the cliff again. Okay, so that is the normal spot. So how do we extend the spot, right? So you remember we placed our horse here? So what you actually do is you just start here at your horse, and then you just go like this. You will understand in a moment. So now we are, let's say you're a little bit faster. So now you just kill both sides here, you just move up, you can kill everything, depending on your class. right? How fast you can go. So now you kind of reach the top here. So now you'll be sent down, right? So do you see where we are? So here's the cliff, okay? But instead, we just go over. We don't bother with the cliff right now. So now you're kind of moving the same rotation. There's the big tree. Right? Don't wait around like, oh, I missed one mob. Don't. Just leave the one mob. It doesn't matter. So now you just follow along here. Just follow. And now you're back at your horse, right? So depending, like, I skipped a few packs, but depending, you will figure out, like, you kind of want to clear to the point where the mobs just spawned when you enter again. So if you want to extend even further, let's say you're like hyper aggressive, super fast class, you can. You remember, we go over here. There's a small tree, like big tree down here. Now, and there's a small rock. So that is 2 extra packs that we can go for. Which leaves me to the other rotation that is down here. So, again, here you can extend. I'm just assuming you're like crazy fast. You can go down here. Right? And eventually, as you learn the spot, this is the second rotation, by the way. So here you just, this is a bit smaller rotation again. So just follow me. See the ocean. This is where our horse is up there. You see the light. So this is like the down, you call it B spot or down spot or whatever. People used to have like all kind of names and rules for everything. So now you can just go up again. And then you just rotate back down. So I will show you now again. See? So this is like, you're kind of like going here, around here, and then you circle down towards the water, and you just go here in like this big U shape. So now you're like, oh, but how do I extend the spot? Well, that's pretty simple. You can just combine these spots together if there is no one else grinding. The other thing you can do, there are many ways to extend poly, but I'm just going to show you these 2. So the last thing is Money Realm. So you're thinking, okay, but how do I grind Money Realm? Well, Money Realm is kind of cool because it does a few things for you. Okay, I just need to get rid of these mobs. Whatever. It does a few things for you. What it does is that it makes mobs spawn faster. So that's cool, right? But what it also does, it limits your where you can go, right? So now you don't have to worry too much about what your rotation is, because you cannot move outside of this thingy, right? You cannot. It will kind of lead you in this rotation. I recommend that you grind in Money Realm to begin with, unless you're literally hyper clearing Money Realm and there's, you know, but if you're doing that, I don't think you belong in Polyforest anyways, so you should probably look to other spots if you're at that point of the game, right? Where you can just like zoom through Polyforest like there's no tomorrow. But you can see even like, I'm not going super hyper speed right now, but I'm going kind of decently here, above average, I would say. And even so, you can see the mobs are already spawned. This is what Money Realm does, right? And I'm actually running out of stamina, mainly because I'm not using like my other movement skill, but you get the idea here. So Polyforest is pretty simple, and the one thing that Polyforest gives you, I don't think I have my pet turns on there. I do. Okay, whatever. So let's look at what Polyforest actually gives you. So Polyforest gives you these. These are 10,000 silver. The late early game is like different spots, but that's like 20 to 25,000. So this is like the beginning of everything. This is where you want to go as absolute first spot. You could even skip this spot and go elsewhere, but this is about Polyforest. This is what I wanted to show you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Enjoy!